Hello, hello. Hello, all my beautiful souls. We're going to wait as usual. Let some people hop on. I know we are a little bit later than usual today, but that's okay. We're just going with it. We're flowing with it. Going to see who's around on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. Happy new moon in Capricorn to everybody. I hope everybody had a beautiful 1-1 portal yesterday. I got to do a live with the wonderful Pete from Empath Uprising. That was fun yesterday. Talk about the energies. We're going to talk a little more today. Probably pull a few cards. Hello, Eve. Hello, Eli. Hello, Justine. Happy new moon. Hello, Pippi. And yes, we are going to be doing the new moon manifesting ceremony tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So anyone who wants to join that, there's still plenty of time. Just send your donation to any of the links in the description box below and along with your email, and I'll send you the Zoom link. Yes, getting back into the flow with the moon ceremonies. Hello, Valoria. Your day off. Beautiful. Hello, Ty. Oh, yes. I don't think we caught. Did we catch you last time, Ty? I'm not sure. I feel like I've been missing you quite a lot. It's great to have your energy back here. 222. I know, it's so fun. I love putting the dates for stuff like this. January 2, 2022. That 2-2 portal is going to be really fun this year, you guys, with all those beautiful twos. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Tommy. Yes, and Happy New Year, of course. We're still in the energies, that new moon in Capricorn and the 1-1 portal energies, very much combined. So we're still in the flow of that. And really, we're going to be experiencing those energies throughout the entire month. And for those of you who haven't checked out the Capricorn season video, that's out, as well as the new moon video / 1-1 portal video. A lot of really powerful energies that we're working with as we are really taking control of our realities right now. Taking those steps, those constructive actions that we need to take to manifest our goals and desires and dreams. Really working with that masculine energy. Lots of solar plexus upgrades. We talked about that. Really strengthening that will center. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yeah, I know. It's like you missed one time, Ty, and it feels like it's been forever. I mean, I guess I have been away for a while too, so we're all just kind of still in the process of reconnecting. So many beautiful, beautiful changes, beautiful things going on. Yes, happy New Year. Yeah, those goal energies, that energy is powerful. This 1-1, this Capricorn, and of course, something that I hadn't really thought about before, which is really obviously common sense, right? Is that these portals happen at the same time every year. So they all happen within a certain season and are guided by a certain astrological sign. So we have this 1-1 portal energy very much guided by that Capricorn energy, which makes perfect sense because that is the energy of setting intentions and following through on those intentions, right? We talked about this in the video that we on the 1-1 portal, about how it's about much more than setting intentions, right? We're not just making resolutions here. We're taking the actions necessary to bring those to fruition in the material world, in the physical world. And as we move into 2022, it's going to be very much about finding our balance, finding our center, finding our presence in this physical material world and becoming fully incarnated, becoming fully present. And I am going to be doing a video on that will be coming out very soon. I've got a few videos that are going to be coming out for you guys. I appreciate your patience. We're going to be doing the January pick a pile reading, of course. We're going to be talking about the nodes in Scorpio, the North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio energy, the energies of 2022. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. All those good things, right? 2022, a 6 energy. So there's this beautiful energy of balancing, this real focus on the physical world, on our security, on our stability, right? Especially with that North Node in Taurus as well. And there's a real stabilizing energy that we're calling in with 2022 that I think a lot of us, there's going to be, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a lot of shifts and a lot of changes. Things are happening, right? The ascension is still well underway. And the energies are continuing to pick up speed, but we are going to be finding more balance. And it's going to be key that we learn how to do that. And as we move forward, and remember, balance is, they call it a balancing act for a reason, right? We find our equilibrium, and then things shift again, and we find our equilibrium again, and things shift again, and we just keep going on like that, always adjusting, right, in order to accommodate all of the shifts and all of the changes, and where it is that we're being called next. Where is our energy most needed? And this with Capricorn energy, right? This new moon in Capricorn is also very important to understand. It's like understanding how to be efficient with our time and our energy, and where it is that our efforts are most needed and most productive. That's a huge part of this energy. It's also a big energy that's calling us to step up and to mature, right? Capricorn is an energy of maturity. It's ruled by Saturn. And so where are we being asked to step up to the plate in our own lives? Where are we being asked to be that catalyst of change, that creator of change in our own lives? And where is it that our responsibilities lie, right? Of course, remembering first and foremost that our greatest responsibility is to ourselves. Let me see. Why do I feel so ill until I connect with this tribe and I relax? It's because of the power of our energy when we come together, Dylan. Like it's magical when we connect, when people on a certain frequency and vibration of energy connect with each other. We fuel each other, right? We lift each other up. That's why I really love doing these lives with you guys, because it's like, yeah, we have fun and we talk and we pull some cards and all of that good stuff. But just the simple act of us all connecting energetically with each other, it's like we're charging each other, right? Like batteries, like we all charge each other up. So it's really, really beautiful. It's just that's the magic of connecting with your tribe. Let's see, looking at these comments a little more. Yes, Justine, much appreciated. A reminder there to hit that like button. Your Venus is in Capricorn. Oh yeah, Valoria, you're gonna be feeling it with Venus in retrograde in Capricorn right now, and your Venus return then happening. Lots of powerful shifts and energies for you. You're really going through it in the best of ways. Like you are going to come out of this Venus retrograde completely transformed. Like we said, in a beautiful, beautiful way. All of a sudden, I really want to pull some Shaman's Dream Oracles. I don't know, something about talking about that just all made me really want to pull some cards from this deck. I've been using this a couple times lately. This Oracle deck is absolutely amazing. The cards are so incredibly gorgeous. I'm feeling called to just kind of like fan these out for you guys for a second here. They're so beautiful. So yeah, definitely a highly recommended deck if you guys are looking for a deck to play with. This is a good one. Clear. Yes, keeps going and going. Like the Energizer Bunny, right? Oh yeah, Valoria said that. Yes, North Node in Capricorn, beautiful Taurus sun. I'm also a Taurus sun. Lightly cusping on Gemini, but still within that Taurus camp. Clear. All right, let's get some energies for today. For this beautiful new moon in Capricorn, 1/1 portal for the upcoming year of 2022 even. Let's just see what guidance Spirit has for us, for our inner shamans, right? All right. Ooh, first card out is Beloved, Radical Acceptance. And so it's this energy of Venus. She was calling to us, right? Valoria, we started talking about the Venus retrograde. And then I felt compelled to pull some cards. And so the first card out being Beloved. This is absolutely this energy of radical acceptance. So this is radical self-love, radical acceptance of the self. And so we're really looking at and understanding all of the things that are beloved to us, right? All of the things that are sacred to us. And we're learning how to allow ourselves to be one of those things, right? It's like a lot of times people will write about the things that they're grateful for. They'll write about we'll just leave it. We'll leave it at that, stuff like that. And we always we always leave ourselves off of these lists. And it's so important to have this love and this appreciation for the self. So this is radical acceptance. And this is not only, it is very much radical self-acceptance. But what I'm feeling from this card too right now is radical acceptance of everything. And this came up in the live that I did with Pete last night on Empath Uprising. for the 1-1 portal, he was talking about this energy as well. This energy of radical acceptance across the board when it comes to all aspects of our lives. And remember, we've talked about this before, this energy of how acceptance is the energy of alchemy. Once you can accept something, it's then able to shift and transform. As long as we're not accepting it, we're resisting it. And that which resists persists. But as soon as we can accept it, we're then able to shift it. Right. But of course, we don't accept things with the intention of shifting them, because that's not really acceptance either. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword there, or a paradox, I guess, if you will. Hello, Johnny. Hello, McKenna. But it's just radically accepting everything in our lives, not only accepting it, but accepting and honoring that we chose it. And this is part of what we talk about when we talk about this energy with the 1-1 portal, the new moon in Capricorn, of taking responsibility for our creations and manifestations as well. And so it's that energy that we talk about, right? I chose it and I love it. And so when it comes to all aspects of our lives, accepting and loving everything that is present in our reality right now, even if it's not something that we would typically, that we think that we desire, right? We all know that on some level it is, or we wouldn't be experiencing it. That's a shadow thing. That's a whole other thing, right? But it's this energy of accepting everything in our lives for what it is, right? Not accepting it with the intention of changing it, not accepting it, but still lamenting it. Just accepting it and allowing it to be. And then through this energy of accepting, like we said, then the magic can really happen and things can begin to shift as well. Grateful to be alive. That's beautiful. Yes. And I'm so grateful that you're alive too, and so grateful that you're here, Valoria. Yes. Hello, Amma. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, this radically accepting everything in our lives. This acceptance for everything that exists in our reality. And like we said, going that step beyond acceptance to really loving it. It's the importance of staying in this mind state, right? This mind state of gratitude, this mind state of optimism, this mind state of joy, and this mind state of empowerment. Because if we can look at everything in our reality and say, I chose it and I love it, that gives us the power back, because we know that we chose it. And if we want something else, we have the power to choose something else as well. Oh, I'm just noticing that got a little something there, right? And so that really gives us a lot of power. Taking that responsibility gives us power. And that's what Capricorn energy wants us to understand. Responsibility is power. Right? A lot of people, and I am included in this, spend our lives running from responsibility, right? And when we finally begin to mature and we begin to be open to accepting responsibility for things, it's amazing the level of empowerment that we feel and what else opens up to us as well, right? And that's reminded of another quote that we use quite often on here, right? And it's trying to leave my mind again, but it's with great power comes great responsibility. And as soon as we're able to accept that responsibility, to rise up to that responsibility, we then are gifted more power, right? But we have to show that we're worthy of it. We have to show that we know what to do with it, right? And that we're going to use it. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Empowered Empress. Exactly. Ooh, what do we have falling out here? The farther gate, bold step forward. Here we go. And look at all of that beautiful light shining through there. And the way, this is card 55, right? Which is absolutely a number of powerful change. But you see how with the way the light's reflecting, it almost looks like a moon. So I'm feeling the moons as well with this, right? And what are moons? Moons are cycles. Moons are cycles of creation that we move through, cycles and phases. And so the cycle that we are in right now, oh, thank you very much, Whiskey Mike. That's very sweet. Very much appreciated, that generous donation. With this new cycle, right? The cycle we're in right now is that cycle of stepping forward. That cycle of really calling upon our masculine action, our masculine energy, our masculine action. I think that's what I said. I mean, that works, right? And taking that bold step forward. But notice this says the farther gate. And so this is not necessarily this, like, it implies that there was a journey to get here, right? The farther. So it's not, we didn't take the route that was right in front of us, right? This feels like the path less traveled is what the farther gate feels like. It feels like it would have been easier to stop at a certain gate and just walk through, but we knew that the gate that was meant for us was further ahead. And so we have the perseverance and the determination to keep going, to reach the gate that we know is meant for us, right? To walk toward the future that we know is meant for us. And it's really, I don't think it's a mistake that you notice on here how these gates are opened. And so this is that energy of the floodgates opening, of the gates that perhaps were closed to us at one point, really opening so that we can move forward. And it feels to me like a big part of what opens this gate and allows us to take these steps forward is this radical acceptance, this radical self-love and acceptance. This is what opens the gate. This is the key that unlocks the gate. That's really powerful. And we have card number 2 and card number 55, which I think is powerful too. Ooh, and I love this because we have all of this powerful masculine energy here, right? But we also have the 2 energy, which has a feminine type of energy to it. And then we have card number 6, the cosmic womb, which is the divine feminine on the bottom of the deck. And as we know, we are moving into a 6th year with 3 2s. I wonder if there's any way. There you go. You guys can kind of see the card a little better like that. The lighting kind of drowns out some of these cards. But yeah, so this beautiful divine feminine energy coming in too. Because remember, we are in a process as we move through 2022, a very powerful process of merging and blending and balancing our masculine and feminine energies. So right now with this 1-1 portal energy, we're really working on cultivating that masculine energy. As we move through the 2-2, we're going to be really working on cultivating that feminine energy. And yes, the whole time with this Venus retrograde, Venus doing her dance with Pluto, we are also transforming. Like the feminine is really getting a transformation, but we're also working with that masculine. Yes, transformation begins with the radical acceptance of what is without judgment of it or ourselves. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's see if what other cards want to come out here. Cleaning up the yard. Beautiful. I love it. And so, so we have the lost compass here. And it came out upside down, which is interesting. But this energy, and this came out in the reading the other day, right? This energy is all about getting back to integrity. Noticing where it is that we've sort of lost our center, where it is that we've kind of fallen away from our true north, right? Where has that compass gotten distorted? Where have we allowed our thoughts, our emotions, our fears, our doubts, our insecurities to point us off of our path, right? And how is it that we can come back into alignment with that path? So this is that energy of moving back into alignment. And once again, how do we move back into alignment? Radical acceptance, right? Radical acceptance. And this is also another aspect of this maturing energy, right? This energy of moving back into our integrity. Capricorn energy's goal is to live in complete integrity. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have Garden of Venus. So that Venusian energy still coming through strong. Rest and renewal. So really giving ourselves that chance as well, right? And this is where we talk about the balance of the masculine and the feminine. Yes, this is a period of time to be moving forward. But at the same time, we have to balance that with rest, right? Action and receptivity. Action and inaction. Hello, Rajni. Hello. All right. Just want to make sure. 2222 is your universal birth time, Eve. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that 222 energy is going to be powerful this year too. All right. Interesting. So as I picked these cards up to shuffle, there was one that was left on the table, and it is Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. And you notice this looks like an eclipse to me, doesn't it? But this is powerful energy. And I feel like what this is saying is like, as we are moving to get back to our integrity, as we are regathering and marshaling our resources to take that bold step forward, right? And you see all this light coming through. This is like lighting the way. Our way is being shown to us, right? We are being guided if we are willing to accept that guidance and able to recognize it when it appears. And our ancestors want to help us with this. They want to offer their wisdom to us so that we can tap into this wisdom and we can find our way home to here, back home to our hearts, back home to our truth, home to our path, our destiny, right? They're trying to give us information, right? The lay of the land. They're saying, we've walked this path before. Let us show you how we walked it. Let us show you the mistakes that we made. Let us show you the triumphs that we experienced. Let us share with you the wisdom of our journey. So that's really powerful. Weird saying lost, because I know that nothing and nobody is ever lost. You're parting in this current physical reality. All right. So the 3 cards that came out from the Starseed Oracle, we have You're Not For Everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. So once again, that energy of the compass coming through really strongly here. Following our internal compass. Yeah, that energy is so incredibly powerful. And I feel like there are plenty of us who have sort of wandered, or we've, even if we haven't lost our internal compass, it's like we stopped trusting it for a little while, maybe. And so this is like stepping more deeply into this trust of ourselves. And really, it's like with this, You're Not For Everyone, right? This is a very Aquarian card right here. There's this energy. Happy New Year, Munai. Hello. There's this energy here of sometimes perhaps falling back into the traps where we worry too much about what other people think of us, how other people perceive us. And so we've dialed things down, right? We've dialed back. It's like we've dialed back our intensity. We've dialed back our brilliance. We've dialed back some aspects of ourselves. And so if we've fallen back into this energy, this is a call to shake that off, to really step back into, to really re-embrace our weirdness, right? And to not, it's like this energy, and we're always going to feel this. We're always going to have these little temptations to fall back into the energy of the status quo, right? To allow what other people think to impact our choices and our decisions, right? We're always going to have that call of the norm, the call of the norm. this call, it's like the opposite of the call of the wild, right? We're always going to hear the call of the wild, but the call of the norm, man, like we're going to hear that too. And we're going to have, society is going to ask us to change. Society is going to ask us to dial it back again. But this is a reminder to if we have found ourselves doing this, if we have found ourselves people pleasing again, falling back into these energies, this is a reminder to stop doing that, right? To notice and pay attention and really look at why that is. And this goes for any energies that we're falling back into, okay? Anytime we're falling back into an old loop, an old pattern, why is that? What has initiated this? When did this happen last? What was going on then? These are the questions that we ask ourselves that take us back, that help to lead us and help us to understand how we got to the place we're at, right? And of course, we always return as we're going through a deeper level of healing so that we get a deeper level of insight and there's a deeper level of clearing that occurs. And so for many of us in all different types of situations, we may feel a return to a certain energy so that we can clear that more deeply and we can come to understand more profoundly the root of where that behavior is coming from. Right? Once we understand the root, then we can really begin to heal it. And if you guys want any assistance with this, please email me. My information is in the description box below. All right, let's see what else we got here. And let's see. Hello, Em. Happy New Year. Yes. Let's all be unpredictable this year and reach all new levels, individually and collectively. Amen to that, sister. I am all about it. Or brother. Yes. Yes. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? Water your garden and loosen your grip. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so that's so funny that we were talking about this, right? Because then we have the loosen your grip card coming out. And this is all about coping mechanisms, addictions, density, all the things that we're releasing, all those loops that we were just talking about falling back into. So that card is just confirmation of that it's time to let go. It's time to surrender that. But it's time to also, like we said, really understand and identify where it came from. Using the process, for example, possibly the process that we just discussed. And this energy of watering your garden, nourishing, body care, rest, really resting, right? We also got the Garden of Venus on the bottom of the deck here. So as always, we are being asked, we are being guided to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, to nourish ourselves. And we all individually know what nourishment means to us. And if you don't know what nourishment means to you, this is a good time to ponder that question and to come to understand that. What fills your cup? Right? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel more full? And this energy of treating ourselves with tenderness. Hello, Paula. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Intense symptoms with that 1-1 portal. Absolutely. That makes total sense that you would be experiencing that. And hi, Nikki. Welcome. And it's so interesting, too, how different portals affect different people, right? Like we all have different experiences. Some are more powerful for others than others are. So we all connect in with different energies more powerfully, and we receive these activations. It just depending on, I think, our suitability and the ways that we interact with the different energies. But yeah, it's really interesting. So lots of upgrades and downloads for you yesterday. It sounds like, Paula. Yes, it's good to be back, Nikki. Definitely good to be back. So a lot of those reminders with these two cards coming out, and also with the Get Grounded card on the bottom of the deck. All right. Really staying grounded, staying connected with nature, clearing, taking care of not forgetting to nourish our energy field as well, right? That is part of the mind, body, and the spirit, is caring for that energy field. We want to make sure that we are cleansing and clearing that regularly. And then I love how underneath the Venus card here, we had closing door, completion, and Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation, right? So this is the energy closing out these old cycles, these old repeating cycles that have come up, these old patterns and addictions and coping mechanisms that we were talking about, these old loops that we fall into, these old storylines, all of that old energy, right? Moving into a new Muggle year, closing that out and really moving out of this energy of stagnation. Where is it that we have been shuffling our feet? Where is it that we have been holding ourselves back? And are we ready to stop doing that? Yeah, and then underneath that, just for triple confirmation here, we have the empty well, time to replenish. Yeah. Yeah. I love it, you guys. I love it. Let's see. Had to put yourself in check a few times. Lots of purging and clearing. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Hello, Brian. Welcome. I'm feeling real good. How are you feeling? Yes, feeling very good. Oh, yeah. And then what did I open it up to here as I was getting ready to put the cards away? You got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. So really working with this energy of codependency, noticing where it is that we are practicing or experiencing this. Also where it is where we need to set better boundaries, right? When we are in this codependent energy, it is very difficult to set boundaries. There's this fear of setting boundaries because there's this fear of what that will do to the relationship, right? Will people still accept and love us if we set those boundaries? And it's really important to know that the people that are worthy of staying will, right? The people who won't stick around and won't love you if you set boundaries never really loved you in the first place. Clear. All right. Okay. So what do we want to do next, you guys? Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's a process, learning to let go, learning to leave stuff behind. Yep. I feel like I'm coming in part way to some conversations here. But still that, Eli, what you're saying, it has, regardless of whether I know the whole conversation that you guys were having, I think it's a really profound statement. You just can't stay there anymore. And so this is with any aspect of our lives, right? We get to that breaking point, whether it's a physical situation, whether it's an emotional state or emotional space, right? A mental space. We get to that point where we simply cannot stay there anymore. It's when we talk about where our discomfort, the discomfort of change is less uncomfortable than staying stuck, than staying in a certain situation. And that's a lot of times when we are ready to move. All right. Clear these up here. Let's see. What do we want to? Ooh, yeah. Perfect storm. And this came out the other day too. So popping out while I was shuffling here. The courage to step into life. And so this energy is just so important right now. Having the courage to step into life. Having the courage to take those steps. This is the time where many of us, we have been receiving guidance. We have been receiving nudges. We know where we want to go or what we're meant to do. But we've been afraid to take that action for whatever reason. And so now is the time to push through that fear and take that action that you're being guided to take. There's so many of us that in one way or another, in some area of our lives, we've just been sitting on the sidelines. And so this energy is saying, get off the sidelines and get in the game, right? So to speak. All right. I want to close with, I'm feeling like I want to close with a liquid crystal oracle for you guys. Clear. Since I haven't had time to do the weekly energy forecast, which is usually where we pull the crystal cards. So let's just get what crystals would be helpful for people to work with over this next week. Maybe we'll start doing these with the lives, doing the weekly crystal and the weekly blessing cards with the Sunday lives. Yes. And this is a big time for reviewing. This is a big time at looking over all those things from the past and what it is that we're ready to discard and seeing things from different perspectives. We are in that shadow of Mercury retrograde now as well. We're going to have the first of 4 Mercury retrogrades in 2022, you guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The decks, I mean, I have a little bit of a problem. There's that old addict, those old addictive tendencies. There's always going to be something that I'm sort of hoarding or that I have a little bit of a problem with collecting. And so now it has turned into decks, which I think is something that we can all benefit from. So, all right. So for this coming week, we have Moonstone coming out. So Moonstone wants to guide us, and this is the energy of the Mother Goddess. And so take a moment to take in the energy of this card. This card contains the frequency of Moonstone. So you can receive an activation. You can receive an energetic upgrade from this card. So just allow yourself to kind of sink into the energies, to take in visually everything that is present on this card. And the Mother Goddess wants to guide us as we move through this next week. And I'll find the card. I'll find it in here, and then I'll hold it up again for a little bit for you guys while we're reading. Yeah, this is a great, the Liquid Crystal Oracle. This is a great deck, you guys. The guidebook, as you can see, is huge. It's actually a complete healing system that works with crystal healing that they did back in Atlantean times. And so for anyone also who has a strong connection to Atlantis, you may really enjoy this deck and working with the liquid crystal healing. Let's see. Yes, exactly, Eli. I think we all benefit from my addiction to decks, to tarot and oracle decks, especially oracle decks. So yeah, we're going to hold up that card again here. And so the Master Crystal Deva associated with Moonstone is Lune Lael. And Lune Lael says, "A wise mother of the earth I am. Take my hand and let me guide you. Invite me to walk within, beside, and around you. I only go where I am called. Open to the joy of emotion, I will teach you the pure language of the feminine spirit. Let my flowing Luna embrace, fill you, and initiate the path of compassion, nurture, and motherhood. In the deepest, darkest forest of your emotional being, I am the light in the clearing. I hold the key to completion on the feminine path of ascension. Together, let us carry the light of your soul into the emotional body, leaving harmony and balance where once was turmoil and pain. The goddess exists in all that I touch, inducing the love of feeling where once stood fear. Together again, we will walk by the light of the moon through the clouds of your completion into oneness. Reaching up, we will touch balance and absolve the sun." And I think this is really powerful too, because as we're working with all of this masculine energy, we're having this massive masculine activation while simultaneously having our feminine energy worked over through the Venus retrograde. But this Moonstone energy really helps to bring a counterbalance to all of that activation of our solar plexus, all of our activation of our masculine energy. It helps to bring that balance, to soothe that and to smooth that a little bit. And then a little bit about Moonstone. Moonstone is an ancient and traditional stone from Atlantis for the goddess and one of the ruling feminine path of ascension. Most often it is a milky white stone, but nice specimens have transparent parts and rainbow colors through them and may even have a pink, yellow, black, or light blue shade. Often the colors found in Moonstone will dance with the stone, within the stone, similar to labradorite, which is often sold as a substitute to non-discerning buyers. Blah, 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 blah. We don't need to read all of that. One of the most potent representations of feminine energy in the earth, Moonstone teaches the path of the goddess through the emotional body. She soothes and heals the emotions by bringing them under the soul's control. Ooh, that's powerful. This delivers an understanding of the cyclic nature of all things, which activates non-attachment and freedom of expression. And that non-attachment, like we said, is essential, right? So we talked about radical acceptance and non-attachment. That is the additional piece to that. Let's see here. When the emotions have been repressed, ignored, or simply drowned in masculine energy, Moonstone will work her magic, bringing release and eventual control of the emotional self, right? So with this huge infusion of masculine energy this week, this Moonstone is helping to counterbalance, like we said, and really assist with these repressed and ignored emotions. Really assist us again with all this action-taking energy of slowing down a little bit too. Moonstone is a very magical stone, worked with a magical practice as a representation of the goddess energies and taking control of the emotional aspect. Her masculine opposite is garnet, and the two are worn on the middle finger of both hands to facilitate manifestation. Ooh, the masculine and the feminine. We like that. Moonstone can also be worked with to speak to the oceans, where it translates the voice of the moon, which we know as the tides, into messages that are best heard at the point of change, the space of stillness. Let's see. Your healing journey today. The goddess is at your door. It is time to open your heart and feel. Moonstone comes to us when it is time to feel and truthfully open the door to our emotional self. Many of us believe we already do this, but living in a constant emotional state is not true feeling. Ooh, okay. This is powerful, you guys. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read it slowly. Moonstone comes to us when it is time to feel and truthfully open the door to our emotional self. Many of us believe we already do this, but living in a constant emotional state is not true feeling, as it holds no mastery, discipline, or understanding. Moonstone asks you to sit and feel. Just sit. Don't label, think, act, or react. Just feel. By doing this, one gains the ability to experience the cyclic nature of our world. Just as things arise, so they fall away, and we are able to surrender and be happy without attachment. This is the path of the goddess, and only those that embrace it may wear the Luna crest. Remember, a feeling is only a feeling while it is felt and experienced. Once it is recognized by the mind, it is a thought. I'm going to read that again, too. Remember, a feeling is only a feeling while it is felt and experienced. Once it is recognized by the mind, it is a thought. Spend some time around the ocean if possible in the coming days. Call and ask the Lady of the Lake to be by your side. See her rise up and stand with you. She is always waiting and will help at this time in your life. And the affirmation is Mother Goddess embraced. I am emotion realized. So this is really, really powerful stuff, you guys. And this is so important, right? As we are moving toward Mercury retrograde, we're feeling the shadow of that. We are, hello, King Chains. We are very much in our heads, right? Or we're moving into that energy sometimes. This is bringing us back out of our heads and into our hearts, into our feeling space. It's really allowing us to get in touch with whatever's coming up, right? We talked about how there's a lot of purging going on. And so this is going to assist us in that process. And it's really going to assist us in understanding how to work with our emotions in a positive way, how to develop mastery over them, right? Because we're really beginning to see and understand how the mind and the emotions are linked, right? One creates the other. One facilitates and feeds the other. And so they're so intricately linked, and we must learn mastery of both. And this is, we're going to be continuing to work with this energy of the mastery of our emotions as we move through this year with that South Node in Scorpio. So we're really releasing and letting go of that energy of being ruled by our emotions. That energy of the emotions and becoming the thoughts, right? This mismanagement of emotions and this lack of understanding, right? This is one of the lower vibrations of Scorpio energy, would be this energy of living in a constant emotional state, but not actually ever fully experiencing and realizing and mastering those emotions and allowing them to just take us on a roller coaster ride, right? And remember, with Scorpio energy, this energy we're moving out of in 2022 that we're releasing is that tendency to do this all internally too, right? So to have this huge volcano going on internally with oftentimes no outlet for expression. All right. And there are a couple of healing trinities here too. There's an Atlantean pathway to Isis trinity for the embodiment of the goddess. And there's a Wiccan healing manifestation trinity. Powerfully manifest a chosen healing path. And so I will put those in the description box for you guys later, for those of you who want to work with those energies. All right. And let's see. Do we want to get another crystal card for the week, or do we want to move on to the blessing, you guys? The synchronization, that's beautiful. Yes, I love it when that happens, when everything's happening in that beautiful synchronization. It is all connected. Exactly. Let's just see what one more card might come out. Okay, so we had Sulfur wanting to pop out, physical radiance, right? So that would be supporting our action, right? It's much easier to take the powerful actions that we're guided to take when we are feeling physically powerful, right? When we are experiencing that vitality. So sulfur can help with that vitality, as can crocite, passion, on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and underneath that we have garnet, which is interesting, manifestation of purpose, because garnet was mentioned as the masculine stone that pairs with moonstone. So we really like that. Some beautifully activating energies coming through here. And then we have rhodochrosite, self-love. All right, I'll hold that up for a second. These are what actually popped out here. And silver, the lunar path. So there's a lot of really powerful lunar energy that we're working with, which is no surprise as we had the new moon this week, right? In conjunction with that 1-1 portal. So a really supercharged new moon. And we're going to be feeling the effects of that throughout this week, right? So really working with that divine feminine energy as we are activating our masculine, really working with that divine feminine to bring about that balance, to bring about that healing, and really stepping into this beautifully loving energy. And I love how we have the rhodochrosite, the self-love coming out, because what was the first card that we got at the beginning of this reading? It was beloved. And the beloved card was that card of radical acceptance, right? Radical self-love. So there's just a lot of that gentle. We're being called to be very gentle with ourselves. If we are working with self-love, like, yes, rose quartz is beautiful for that, but this rhodochrosite is really good for that as well. All right. And if we are seeking to attune ourselves more to that lunar path and that beautiful divine feminine energy, working with the energy of silver is going to be helpful for that as well. So some extra cards. And if you are looking for that boost in your masculine energy, the crocite and the garnet to really lead you towards your purpose and the actions that you want to take, and the sulfur that came out as well to help strengthen you physically and your vitality. All right, let's get a blessing card here. If we can find them. Here we go. Yes, I had to do healing in my divine feminine a few times just to balance the masculine. Yeah, exactly. We have to keep them in balance. If we don't, there's a reason we have both, right? And they have to work in concert with each other in order for us to be successful, in order for any true manifestation and creation process to occur, especially in any way that's going to be lasting and in any way that we're going to be able to, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Uphold. That's not necessarily the word that I wanted, but it gets the point across, I think. Rose quartz in your bra right now. Perfect. Beautiful. That's usually my purse for my crystals too, Valoria. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that sounds amazing, Justine. I've never been to Colorado. It's one of the places that really calls to me. Clear. That whole corner of the world right there. Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. So much. All right. What is our blessing for the week? Let's get our blessing for the week. And I don't, off the top of my head, I'm not going to pull out my phone now, but I'm pretty sure that Venus is going to be making some powerful connections. This may be the week. I know that she will this month be conjuncting the sun as well as Mercury. I'm not sure when exactly that's happening. Actually, we'll just take a quick look at where she's at right now. There's a reason we've been talking about her so much. She probably is going to be making some of those aspects this week. And since we're kind of doing the weekly energies at the same time, we're just going to take a quick look here. Oh yeah. So she's getting ready to conjunct Mercury, or no, that's Pluto. Never mind. Never mind, you guys. Let's see here. Oh no, she is. No, that's going to be a while still. All right. Let's pop this forward. Let's go to the end of the week here. Yes, she will be conjunct the sun this week, toward the end of the week here. Yep. Okay, so on the 8th, Venus will be conjunct the sun. So that's going to really bring in that energy into our consciousness on a much, much more profound and powerful level. So really all of these energies of the Venus retrograde coming into clearer focus. And where they're also going to be 2 degrees away from Juno. So a big day of focus on romantic partnerships. A big day when it comes to, especially Juno represents love and marriage, right? So especially those romantic, very romantic and long-term committed relationships. That's going to be a big day of revelation around that, possibly commitment around that. People maybe, but just remember, any of these major commitments we make during a retrograde, like we want to give ourselves a little, I don't want to say we want to give ourselves an out, but we want to give ourselves a little bit of leeway, just because, but the retrogrades do show us the truth that's within our hearts a lot of times, right? It's just sometimes that truth seems larger than life. And remember, everything is just an aspect of truth. So it's showing us one of our many truths, I guess is a better way to put that. So we do have that going on. I know that video. I will get that video out for you guys this week. I promise, for the Venus retrograde. It's going until the end of the month. And then the post-shadow period, which we're going to cover in that video, goes, and the energies with Venus and Mars go through March. Yeah, so we will be experiencing that this week. That looks like the only conjunction that we're going to be experiencing this week is going to be with Venus and the Sun in that alignment with Juno. And then, yeah, that's it for right now. That's as far as we're going to go into that, but I did want to check on that for you guys. So let's get our blessing for this week. The morning star, exactly. All right, so we have a blessing on a friendship coming out. Oh, that's so beautiful. So remember, our relationships, a lot of times we focus on romantic relationships, but there are so many beautiful, meaningful relationships in our lives. So here is a blessing for us, for our friendships. If you have a friendship that's been struggling, if you have a friendship that's been on your mind, if you're just feeling incredible love and appreciation for your friends this week, this is energy of like really letting them know that and taking that time to cultivate those friendships in your lives, right? And for many of us, our friends are our families, right? Our blood family is the family we're born into, but our friends are the family we choose. And so this is like our tribe. And I'm going to read this for you guys. I love how she's there with the unicorn. That's so cute. It says, a blessing for a friendship where your best self is given permission to emerge and grow, and where mutual love is shared in good times and in bad. May your friendship be blessed with laughter, but never at the expense of the dignity of one of you. May your friendship be a delight to you both, a time of warmth and sharing, give and take. Small offerings of what you have sent back and forth between you. May you be kind to each other and honest too. May you have the trust that true friendship needs to speak of things of the soul. And may there be loyalty one to the other without chains or obedience, but freely given. May there be affinities of the spirit, differences to exalt in. And if harsh thoughts or words enter and blight the path of your companionship, may you pick them up as a stone in the road and move them out of your way. May there be closeness, but a bright and blessed space between you two. May you support each other's soul endeavors. May you breathe life to the fire of each other's dreams. And may there be moments of shared rapture with the simple things. The song you love most, the glory of dawn. The offering of meals, the breaking of bread. The warm circle of the arms of a friend which holds you while the world about you or within you is falling down. Let there be a mutual care. And may your friendship endure amidst the inconsistencies of the world. Let your friendship have its seasons, but let it turn on and on, ever changing, ever returning to the place where you find love for each other and greater love of self for knowing one another. Blessed be. And so that is a perfect description of a beautiful and healthy relationship and friendship, right? This is the type of companionship that we all seek to find with one another. Right? I really love that. That's really, truly beautiful. And I wish that for every single one of you. And I also am so grateful for each and every one of you because this is the energy that we cultivate here. This is the kind of love and support that we bring for one another in this tribe, right? This is the perfect example of what this tribe is all about. and what true friendship is all about. So thank you so much for being my friends, for being my tribe, for being here with me. You guys are amazing. It's going to be an incredible new year, and I'm so excited to share it with all of you guys every step of the way, every new challenge, every new adventure, every new opportunity, every new whatever, right? We're here in this together, exploring this thing that we call life. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, and I will talk to you all very soon. Much love.